Hello students. Yes, so in my last video I had explained on the different factors that which affects the working capital requirements, right? So at the time of making the decision with respect to working capital management, a financial manager has to consider all the factors, right? So in this video I'll be explaining on the concept of working capital management. What does it talk about, right? So coming to the meaning, working capital management is nothing but the management of both current assets and current liabilities. Current assets is something where the company can sell it and it can make the money easily, where it ensures the factor of liquidity, how easily you can convert your asset into cash. So current asset something where the company owes money, whereas on the other hand current liabilities is where the company owes money to others, where the company has to pay money to the outsiders, right? So it strikes the balance between the current assets and current liabilities of the firm. So it is all about the study of a relationship between how you are going to strike the balance between the current assets and the current liabilities of your firm, right? On the other hand, we have definition where according to Smith, working capital requirement is concerned with the problems that which arises in attempting to manage the current assets. See, we have short term goals, we have long term goals, whereas the working capital management, it is segregated under the short term goals. On your day to day basis, how you are able to manage your resources, it can be in terms of finance, right, material, right, men, right? For all these you need money in order to procure, in order to hire, isn't it? That's the reason why it gives about the concept of studying of the relationship between the current assets and the current liabilities, right? So the working capital, it acts as a financial metric, right? Because it is going to state the operating liquidity, how easily you can convert your the assets into cash, right? That which is available to a business or the organization entity, right? So it is something like, say, if current assets are less than the current liabilities, then what does it talk about? The working capital deficiency, right? And they are also called as the working capital deficit or the negative working capital, when there is when the current assets are less, or I'll put it in another way, when the current liabilities are more in the organization, what is going to happen? What you owe is less than what you owe to others, what you have to pay to others, isn't it? So it is a very, very important that as a financial manager, you ideally take decision over, the current assets should be excess, it should be more than the current liabilities, right? So a company can be endowed with the assets, the profitability, but may fall short of liquidity, right? You're not just focusing about the long term availability, you also give due importance to your short term goals as well, right? So if its assets cannot be readily converted into cash, what's going to happen? See, here the positive working capital is required for what good reason? To ensure that the firm is able to continue its operations, and that it has the sufficient funds in order to satisfy both the the maturing the short term debt and the upcoming operational expenses as well. So the management of working capital, it involves the managing the inventories, nothing but the stock, the accounts are receivable or bills are receivable. And on the other hand, with respect to the liabilities, it talks about bills payable, the creditors, any outstanding short term loans you have, right? And you have cash under the current assets, right? So that's how the things are going to work. So basically working capital is nothing but the sum of inventories you have, the trade receivables, cash is there, just like liabilities, trade payables you have, right? It is also known as cash conversion cycle. So it is nothing but what's the duration, what is the time it takes to turn the net current assets and the current liabilities into cash, how easily you can convert it, right? See, the longer the cycle, the longer a business is tying up the capital with respect to the working capital, that is without earning any kind of a return on it, right? So our company, it strives to reduce the working capital cycle, that is by collecting, any kind of bills receivable like as early as possible, instead of stretching those accounts payable, right? Under such conditions, like minimizing working capital, it can adversely affect, right, the company's ability. That's how things are going to work. And whereas a positive working capital, it balances the incoming and outgoing. I'm talking about the cash inflows and cash outflows, that is to minimize the net working capital and like maximize the free cash flow. So that's how the things are going to work here. So now we should understand. See, I've been telling, like, just like a two sides of coin, you have pros and cons. So far we have learned what are the pros, why working capital is important, and how it plays a vital or significant role in an organization. Now, and I've told you, there shouldn't be like over working capital or under working capital, right? It should be adequate, should be sufficient enough. So now we will understand what can be the disadvantages if a company owns excess of working capital than actually required, right? So the first point is excess working capital results in idle funds which do not earn any return to the firm. This is what I told you, right? See, if a financial manager plans, I'll give you an instance. If he says that he wants 10,000 rupees every month, that is to run his working capital. If he gets 12,000 rupees, the 2,000 in my example, it remains idle because he has not planned what should be done with that particular 2,000 rupees. He has just made a plan with 10,000 rupees, so that remaining 2,000 is excess according to your plan, so that remains idle. So you neither invest nor you just keep it, and it remains idle and it doesn't fetch anything. And one more thing is that excess working capital results in unnecessary accumulation of inventory. Thus the changes of inventory mishandling, waste, theft and losses increases. All right, see, your order, what is the the amount of inventory, what you want, 100 you want, but you get it 121, that what is going to happen? Wastage. One more thing is that your plant layout, right, the storage facility, right, are you sure that how safe your products are? Always look upon the sufficient factor. What is your sufficient level? What's the amount of goods you want? Sometimes there can be a mishandling, right, because their human intervention is there, you never know, and theft, uncertainties, losses can also increase, right? So this is what it can happen when you have excess of working capital in the funds. Then it leads to the inefficiency. What does inefficiency talk about? You can't do it optimally, you can't make the best utilization of resources, because that excess you will have to keep it idle, and when it is idle, you are not going to invest anywhere else. What it is going to do, right? It is of a meaningless and it is irrelevant also. That's the reason why it sums up with the inefficiency, and it is going to directly affect the dividend policy, right? So again, your capital, working capital, everything, it depends upon, it is going to affect the factor of dividend policy. You have credit policy, taxation policy, isn't it? More the working capital you have, more the taxes you will have to pay. How you are going to minimize? You can't avoid, of course. How you are going to minimize, right? So you need to take care of it. And the excess working capital is an indication of deflective credit policy. This is what I just explained a couple of seconds back. It can lead to an the indication of any kind of deflective in terms of having the credit policy as well, and it is going to affect the workers, because the workers don't know how it should be done, how you have to do it. Sometimes they can involve in fraudulent activities also. Sometimes exploitation of resources can also happen. Exploitation of resources in terms of the finance, the people, right, the materials, right? So this is how the danger is going to occur, or at the time of having the excess of working capital than what you require. Next up, you have a danger of inadequate. On the other hand, in the previous slide we have learned what's the danger of having adequate, no, more than what required. If you have more excess, what are the problems you will have to face? If you have less than what is expected, what you require, what are the aspects you will have to face? That is it becomes difficult for the firm to undertake profitable project. Of course, yes. See, you would have, as a financial manager, you would have made a plan keeping on, your nature of business, a size of the business. This is what you would have estimated, forecasted what would be the amount, in order to proceed with this project and all. If you fail to get that amount, if you fail to get that required or expected amount, what is going to happen? Do you think you can meet the obligations? Highly impossible. That's the reason it becomes very difficult, tedious for the firm, in order to take up the profitable project. And it is very difficult to implement the operating plans and achieve the firm's profit target. It is something like, existing itself you are not able to achieve because you don't have, the adequate funds. Then how can you think of expansion? How can you think of, the further plans that you want to take up, right? So this can harm the upcoming project, and it affects the supply of goods and services, isn't it, to the customer. See, when you don't have money, how can you, get it from your suppliers? How can you have, sell it to your customers, right? For which there should be an adequate working capital in order to have the business, that is the operations, that is the core activities of the organizations to run smoothly. And it becomes very difficult to give salaries. Yes, it's because working capital is something where we talk about the funds that which is used in order to run the day-to-day operations, isn't it? So it becomes very difficult to give the salaries to the workers when you don't have the adequate or the sufficient working capital in the organization. And of course, working capital management, when we talk about that, it is something which is called a short-term investment, the short-term funds what you require. Definitely you will fail with that particular criteria when you have inadequate working capital of funds. And it is going to, of course, as a whole, it is going to affect the reputation, the name and fame of the company. Profitability, fine, all right. How about the factor of liquidity, right? So all these factors are going to, affect the organization when there is an insufficient working capital in the organization.